I think this movie finally proves that Bruce Willis is a superhero. The conclusion to the Unbreakable trilogy, which started with, of course, Unbreakable, came back strong with a surprise middle part in the form of Split and ends with Glass. So, um, sorry I'm late. Let's just say the last 2 weeks haven't been really worth checking out movies. Hope that made sense. I mean, seriously, a Saw ripoff and a Keanu Reeves clone robot movie? Please. This is what I was waiting for. The Unbreakable versus the Beast. And the purple guy, who can break a lot, is there too. And I still don't word good. Bottom line, Bruce Willis as the stoic, almost morose, I hope that's the right word, hero, just really complements all the other characters. Once again, James McAvoy proves that he has replaced Lon Chaney Sr. as the Man of a Thousand Faces. And of course, Sam Jackson is awesome at playing a hero and even more awesome at playing a villain. Because all of these characters felt organic and compelling. The villains were frightening, but induced pity. The hero felt like he needed to be saved more than the victims. Bottom line, these three guys are awesome together, which is to be expected. I mean, they're awesome separately, so of course they'd be awesome together. The plot goes from the standard superhero meets supervillain to a sort of psychological deconstruction of the concept of superheroes. And honestly, it made sense. Sarah Paulson's psychiatrist character really made some compelling arguments to the idea that trauma and damage to the brain can cause some serious, I don't want to say mutations, anomalies that lead to what could be considered delusion or what could be considered self-made superpowers. Also, the rest of the cast were great. Anya Taylor-Joy was a superhero in her own right, even though she really just had more of a social worker, doctor, healer vibe. Her character's arc fit. She did a great job, although I think some would say she and Willis were a bit wooden. Honestly, I just felt that their emotions weighed them down so much they had to adopt a bit of stoicism. The rest of the cast, after Taylor, were good. The son from the first movie, I mean the same actor, he came back, so good continuity. Various side characters brought their personalities to bear. Two orderlies at the nut house that the film takes place in, they stood out. One was borderline cruel, although he maybe wasn't openly cruel. Just it was subtle. The other guy was warm, supportive, and totally clueless. Basically, I believed all the side characters were both equal parts comic book and reality. The effects were practical and well done. Uh, I couldn't help but notice that, for the most part, any camera work, camera wizardry, was um, classic, you know? The way certain characters moved, it looked like forced perspective or a sort of gymnastic approach, with CG effects really not playing any part, except maybe someone's eyes changing color or a pattern on their skin changing. Bottom line, this whole film was grounded in reality. And speaking of grounded in reality and other things, I think Shyamalan, having made a comeback, has become a bit of an overachiever because, spoiler alert to those who haven't seen it quite yet, there are technically 3 twists in this film. Now, he's the master of twists, but he's never put more than one in each film. And honestly, they fit. I'm not going to spoil what the twists are, but they fit. This film wraps up everything in a bittersweet but satisfying package. This film concludes the story of Unbreakable very nicely. However, I think it leaves room for new, different stories with new, different characters. Hopefully, Shyamalan will be able to deliver if he plans to continue. But if not, I'm glad this story ended on a high note. This is Mr. J signing out. I'm reminding you, everyone is super if they choose to be, or not choose to be. Cheers.